take a second when it comes to Lionel Messi. He turns 39 years of age in 2 days' time. That's on Wednesday. As Thierry said, 5 goals in 2 games now. Every goal scored by Argentina at this World Cup because of Messi. 18 goals now, the most in World Cup history. 28 appearances, the most in World Cup.
Everyone thought they already knew how this story would end. Messi had won everything. The World Cup, the Copa America, the Ballon d'Ors, every record imaginable. So the world moved on. The 2026 FIFA World Cup was supposed to belong to the next generation. Young stars, fresh faces, a brand new era. This tournament was supposed to be football's official goodbye to Lionel Messi. After all, what was left for him to prove? Surely this was just a farewell tour. One last dance, one final bow. The football world had already written his ending.
You have the moments when he doesn't look human. That's Messi. Messi is, so far it's his World Cup, and he didn't play against Jordan yet, so I don't know where it will finish. 5 goals in 2 games. I have 0 goals in 2 World Cups.
You know that first and foremost, this guy doesn't chase records. Records chase.
But Messi has never cared about anyone else's script. Just when football thinks it has him figured out, he flips the whole story upside down. 2 games into the 2026 World Cup, and we already have a serious Messi problem. Not because he's struggling, not because he's slowing down. The problem is the complete opposite. At 39 years old, he is still taking over the biggest tournament on the planet, and that should terrify every single team left in this competition. While the world was busy preparing for the next generation, Messi quietly walked back in and reminded everyone who still owns this game. 5 goals, 2 matches, a record-breaking 6th World Cup, and suddenly everything feels different. Every camera follows him, every stadium waits for him, every defender fears him, not because of nostalgia, because he is still doing things nobody else can do. It started against Algeria. Argentina came in as defending champions, carrying massive expectations, and Messi delivered immediately, a hat trick. 3 goals, a loud message to the entire tournament. The king wasn't here for memories, he was here to compete. Then came Austria, and this one felt even bigger. Dallas was on fire, the stadium was packed. Fans had traveled from across the world, not to watch Argentina, not to watch Austria, but to watch Messi. From the first whistle, the energy was electric. Every touch, every movement, every time he got near the ball, the whole stadium stood up. Then Argentina got a penalty. The perfect moment, the perfect script. Messi stepped up and missed. The ball rolled wide, 60,000 people froze. Austria found new life, the momentum shifted. Suddenly Argentina looked shaky. But here's what separates legends from everyone else. They respond. And nobody responds like Messi. Instead of panicking, he got smarter. He dropped deeper. He read the game. He studied every movement around him. That is his real secret. Even at 39, he doesn't sprint every second. He doesn't chase everything. He doesn't overpower anyone. He beats you with something far scarier, pure understanding. He sees the game ahead of everyone else, like he already knows what's coming before it happens. And then Austria made the mistake every team eventually makes. They gave him just a little space. For most players, that means nothing. For Messi, that means everything. 1 touch, 1 strike, goal. The crowd exploded. History made. In that moment, he became the all-time top scorer in World Cup history. Another record, another mountain climbed. The celebration was quiet. No wild jumping, no drama, just relief, joy, pride. You could see it on his face. Even after everything, these moments still mean everything to him, because greatness never gets tired of winning. And as the stadium went crazy around him, one thing became crystal clear. This was not a man surviving on his reputation. This was still one of the best footballers alive, still deciding games, still making history, still carrying dreams. Football thought it was ready to move on, but Messi never got that memo. And if the first 2 games tell us anything, this story might only be getting started. But here's where things get truly wild, because Messi isn't just scoring goals, he is creating a problem for the entire future of football. This World Cup was supposed to belong to the next generation, the young stars, the future faces of football, the ones who would finally take over after Messi and Ronaldo. This was their stage, their moment, their tournament. And yet, 2 weeks in, the spotlight keeps landing on the same man it has followed for 20 years, Lionel Messi, again. Think about that for a second. Many of the players at this World Cup had his poster on their bedroom wall. Some learned football by copying his moves. Some grew up dreaming of becoming the next Messi. Now they're here, in the prime of their careers, and they are still chasing him. That part feels impossible. Younger players are running harder, moving faster, using every physical advantage they have, and Messi is still beating them with understanding, vision, and timing that nobody else on earth possesses. There was a moment against Austria that showed it perfectly. Late in the game, the heat draining everyone. Messi looked tired. The explosive pace of his Barcelona days? Gone. The endless dribbles of his early 20s? Gone. Time catches everyone. But time cannot touch genius. The ball bounced around the box, chaos everywhere, defenders lunging, bodies flying, and in the middle of all that madness, Messi saw something nobody else saw. A tiny gap, a tiny moment, and before anyone could react, the ball was in the net. Again. His second goal of the afternoon, his fifth of the tournament. Proof that football intelligence is still the most dangerous weapon ever made. The crowd went insane. Teammates sprinted to celebrate. Argentina were flying, and millions watching at home couldn't help but smile. Because deep down, football fans know what they're watching. Not just greatness, the final chapters of greatness. The kind of moments people will talk about 20 years from now. One day, young fans will ask, what was it like to watch Messi live? And the people who were there will tell stories. They'll talk about how a 39-year-old showed up to his 6th World Cup and became the center of the football universe again. They'll talk about the goals, the records, the magic, but mostly, they'll talk about how he made them feel. Because that is Messi's greatest gift. It was never just the numbers, it's the wonder, the feeling that something special could happen every single time he touches the ball. The feeling that football can still surprise us. That's why stadiums sell out when he plays. That's why kids wear his name. Because players come and go. Legends come and go. But very few become part of football's soul. Messi became that a long time ago. And now, with Argentina marching toward the knockout rounds, something incredible is starting to feel possible. What if they do it again? What if the defending champions still have more left? What if the greatest player ever still has one final masterpiece inside him? That's a dream building inside every Argentina fan right now. Not because of the past, because of what they're seeing on the pitch today. This team is experienced, tight, fearless, and led by a captain who always rises when the moment is biggest. The road ahead is brutal. World Cups don't get easier. One mistake ends everything. But Argentina has something most teams don't. When the pressure is unbearable and the whole world is watching, they have Messi, and we all know what that means. Maybe this tournament was supposed to belong to the future. Maybe football had already prepared its goodbye speech. But Messi never asked for permission. He never followed anyone's script. He just let the ball speak. And now, 5 goals in 2 games, history rewritten, the whole football world is asking one question. What if he's not done yet? What if the greatest of all time still has one final chapter left? Because here's the truth. Messi didn't just win trophies. He made millions fall in love with football, again and again and again. So if this is truly his last World Cup, don't rush through it. Don't take a single second for granted. Because one day the stadiums will go quiet. The chants will fade. The magic will become memories. But until that day, sit back, lock in, and watch. Because the greatest football story ever told might still have one more chapter left to write.